exactly the move that I wanted to get. But what happened was as soon as he bailed on his trade, then boom, the drop. Look at the volume came in. And then this is a news volume. So as you see, the volume picked up. So Tesla is canceling their low cost model plans. Alright guys, good morning everybody. Tesla is getting destroyed. So today was a very interesting trading day actually. So what happened was that Paris and I were trading Tesla to the long side today, and we could get a little bit of a move on it toward the previous day close. And Paris was trading it live in the chat room. He's trying to take a long. As soon as he got stopped out, Tesla news came in and it's just getting destroyed right now. So I was trying to go long to get the red to green, came down. I added more couple of times, held the VWAP really nicely, but eventually I bailed on it and I said, okay, I'm not gonna take this trade because my entry was first. I added here. I wanted the previous day close, added more, hold the VWAP, came back. I added more. Eventually I bailed on it and I said, okay, I don't like the fact that it's not running up. So what I did was eventually with a $1,500 profit, I came out of it. And then what happened was Paris was trading it live in the chat room. Exactly, he was trying to get this exactly the move that I wanted to get. But what happened was as soon as he bailed on his trade, then boom, the drop. Look at the volume came in. And then this is a news volume. So as you see, the volume picked up. So Tesla is canceling their low cost model plans. And as I mentioned multiple times, the Tesla PE ratio, the forward PE, is right now it's about 50. So the average of S&P 500 PE is 25. So Tesla is trading 2 times compared to all of the S&P 500 companies. So that means that this company has to provide the revenue growth to maintain this PE. Otherwise, if he cannot provide this kind of growth, so he should trade 25, or even should trade like other car manufacturers like GE or GM or Ford. They're all trading at around 10 PE. So it's super expensive because people expect growth on that. And Tesla delivery numbers that they came this week, it was the first time since pandemic that is actually year over year reduced the delivery. So if this is going to be fluctuating and it's not going to grow, so this company needs to trade at significantly lower multiple. For sometimes it might continue the hype because people love Elon Musk, but eventually it has to come down to the area that does make sense, fundamentally. So you can stay rational for a little bit longer. Elon Musk might pull out another rabbit out of the hat and another source of revenue, but fundamentally investors are going to get the questioning these multiples eventually. So as soon as the news came out, it would have been a really nice short. I jumped in short. I wish I was seeing it earlier. I jumped in short for a quick scalp. Paris called it also for more short, and then the next drop that we did, and on the daily chart, as you see here, it might go to 160, which is the low of back in March. So unfortunately, I got a little bit of a short trade on it. So only $4,000 I made on that. Unfortunately, if I was having that shares from 167, it would have been much better. So that's it for me. The other trade that we did that for me was pretty good was AMD, that we did it at the open. So Jared called it that they were trading. And what happened here was AMD at the open. I didn't trade it at the open, unfortunately, because I was just not on my trading station. AMD did a really nice engulfing. This is called an engulfing pattern. This is a very powerful bullish reversal. So as you see, after that, it just continued going higher and higher. So what I did, I noticed that by the time that I saw it, it was consolidating above the VWAP. Having this engulfing pattern, which is a very bullish pattern, I decided to take it to the long side, and I had a good confirmation. So I took a fairly big size on it. So as you see here, this is my first trade. So I went long here, and then popped up, I added more, and then partial, and the pullback I added more. These are exactly like Paris also trading. So on these pullbacks I added more, sold all the way to 171. It came down and I got stopped out. So that's my first trade essentially. So I went long, added, partial, added, and partial, and then I got stopped out here. So that's my first trade. And then it came back up toward the high of the day. We saw a huge ask at 171. I took a screenshot on that as well. So I added multiple times, and eventually we got really nice pop on that from 174 to 171.40. And I can actually show you the screenshots that I did. So let me see actually if this one is completely visible. Yeah, so as you see here, so this is at 171 at 10:53. We saw this huge ask. I think that was the sign that I took that to the trade. I haven't taken the trade yet, but it's just as soon as I saw that, we took that trade in the chat room, and still, this is the position that I took, 171. Still some big ask staying there, and then after that. Done. And this is this screenshot that I saw the bids are stacking down on the Tesla. This is exactly the time that I took the trade short. I took also the screenshot as well, and then boom, at 165, look at these huge bids. So it was a really, really amazing time. So at 11:12 we saw these bids, and then from 165 dropped to almost 160. So these are very, very, very important signals for day trading. We're actually going to publish a new course module only on these trading signals. So yeah, Tesla is gonna have this problem of going higher. So now I'm gonna actually hand it over to Paris, because Paris had a really, really good trading. They both on Amazon, amazing trade, and also he traded live to get some long on this. So let me bring a screen for Paris.
Awesome. So thank you, Andrew. So yeah, I traded Tesla. I was long biased. 169 was the area that, Tesla was holding very nicely, the buyers. And even from yesterday's strongness in Tesla, I was long biased for the move for the PDC and higher. So I longed once right here at 169, which was the open as well. It did not have the juice. I got stopped out break even. The second time I went long, really nice pop up to 170.50. I added more. It looks very small, but just because of the real move right now on the downside. But I added more for the break of PDC. I kept selling, but kept adding. And I just realized it wasn't breaking. And that was very clear on the order flow that there is no buyers coming in. And eventually the second I got out, and now it is very clear that how the sellers were taking over and how it dropped. So that's the beauty of understanding and watching the order flow in real time and getting information before even before you can get stopped out. Even though it did not hit my stop out, my stop out was 169, but I saw a lot of selling and I got a perfect exit before I got stopped out. One of the biggest trade of today was Amazon for me, because Amazon, I was very heavy on it, and thanks to Brian for bringing it. I did not have it in my watch list, but Brian brought it up on how amazing the order flow and the price action looked like. I went long tier 1, tier 2 when it held for the break of high and the opening range break up, and then it came back and held this open area and the opening range. That's where I added heavy tier 3 size and scaled out completely to the highs of 185. So close to $2.5 move with couple of more adds at 184.50 for the break of 185. And then I final exit was at, as soon as the trend changed and it came back below the moving averages, that's where my exit criteria is. And that's where I took my final exit. So one great move on the Amazon and a couple of trades on Tesla, but all of them very profitable ones.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Paris. A great trade on Amazon. Look at this beautiful move that you got from Amazon. And Tesla was really fun to watch because you were trading live, and as soon, again, having a, good understanding of price action and order flow, the way that Paris does, that causes you to get out of the trade, even though it hasn't hit your original stop loss that you had in mind. But, just seeing the price action, sometimes you get a bad feeling and say, okay, you know what, I'm getting out of it. It's not gut feeling. It comes from experience. So you're watching the price action and understanding. That is great. That was great. It was really fun to watch what happened on Tesla on the news. And Yeah, thanks for that, Paris. See you tonight in Vancouver. So Paris is flying in. 250 traders are coming. It's going to be our biggest event, and there's a lot of people already here messaging me, and I'm super excited to spend this time with all of our traders. Thank you so much, and yeah, thanks for watching our video, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Andrew.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.